Let's go ahead and start lying down in savasana. You're way ahead of the game. So taking a moment here just to let your body land. Your feet flop out to the sides. Your arms rest at your sides. And if you feel like you need a little more energy this morning, let your palms face up. Be receptive to the energy around you. Maybe you feel like you're a little scatterbrained. You've got a lot of energy, but you need a little more grounding. Then turn your palms face down onto the earth. Let your belly go soft. Let your shoulders relax, your jaw relax. Begin to notice your breathing. With each inhale, feeling the belly rise. With each exhale, feeling it fall. Following your breath as it goes in and out of your body. Noticing if there's anything in your life that you're thinking about or clinging to right now. Try and release that with every exhale. And with each inhale, invite whatever intention you would like to invite for your practice today. Whether that's something as simple as staying focused on your breath. Maybe you've got an obstacle or something going on in your life that you want to alleviate or work towards or create for yourself. Maybe you want to feel a little bit of inspiration. So thinking of something that inspires you. Letting that feeling of inspiration fill your body. And then from here, take a deep inhale, and on your next exhale, just sigh it out. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, rotate your wrists, your ankles. And from here, kick up both of your legs up towards the ceiling. Point your toes, flex them, point them, flex them. And press your hands, palms face down into the mat. And bring your feet down about 45 degrees. And point them and flex them. Point them and flex them. And then come down to about 6 inches off the mat. Point your toes, flex them, point them, flex them. Try to press your low back into the mat. And then inhale them all the way back up towards the ceiling. And then keep the left leg up. Bring the right leg down to about 45 degrees. Rotate your ankle in one direction. And then the other. And then bring that right foot down to about 5 inches off the ground, 6 inches off the ground. Rotate the ankle out in one direction and then the other. And then inhale that right leg back up towards the ceiling. Bring the left leg about 45 degrees out. Rotate that ankle one direction and then the other. And then bring it to about 6 inches off the mat. Rotating. And then switching directions. And then inhale that left foot all the way back up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands behind your head. Interlace your fingers. Try to release any tension in your neck here. And from here, really flex your feet. So your toes flare back towards your face. And from here, we're going to inhale, coming up for a little crunch, but imagine that you're inhaling, trying to touch the ceiling, not just your toes. So you're reaching up and then coming down. And inhaling up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. We'll do 5 more. Working towards igniting that fire within. Get warmed up for our class. Bring our attention to the core center before we come into some balance postures. On that last one, pause at the top. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. This is your new low point for your crunch. So now we're going to come up for 10 more. So 1, 2, 3. Keep breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pause at the top. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, release. Bring your knees in towards your face. Interlace your fingers around them. Give them a big hug. Maybe rock from side to side. And then from here, begin to rock back and forth, massaging out the spine. Maybe balancing on your sit bones. And then on your last roll, we're going to cross the calves, roll forward onto the hands, plant the hands, and step back. Find down dog. Awesome. So downward dog, first one of the day. Invite a little bit of movement here. Your body is shaped like an upside down V. And you're lifting your hips up higher towards the ceiling. And the tendency is to bring a lot of weight into the hands. Try and shift more of the weight back through your heels so you're standing up more in your legs. From there, press your heart down for the floor. Rotate your elbows so that the soft part of your elbows faces forward. And notice your hands. How is the weight distributed in your hands? You don't want all of it to come into the heel of the palm. You really want to be able to spread your fingers and press down through every fingertip. And from here, we're going to come all the way up onto the tippy toes. Keep lifting the hips up. Bend the knees. Try to bring the knees so that they hover over the mat while still lifting the knees up. The hips up. Press your heart down. Take a deep inhale. And then on your exhale, release the heels down, straighten out the legs. Inhale, lift that right leg up towards the ceiling. So at first here, let's try and keep the hips even. In the same plane, parallel to the floor. And kick through the heel. Flex your foot, kick the heel up towards the ceiling as high as you can. And then from there, let that right hip stack on top of the left. Bend that right knee. Maybe your gaze comes over your left shoulder, looking for your toes behind you. Take a deep inhale, lift the knee up higher so it points towards the ceiling. And then from there, swing that leg all the way forward and through, planting the foot softly at the top of the mat. Beautiful. If you ever have problems stepping all the way through, you can take your right hand around your ankle, pull that leg through. Help yourself. So from here, pause in this lunge. Take a deep inhale. Bring your heart forward. Come up onto your fingertips like they're tinted. Sink the hips down. Take another deep inhale. Reach back through that left heel. And then from there, plant the left hand. Bring the right arm up towards the ceiling. Open your heart out towards the right. So you're twisting here. There you go. Take another inhale, exhale, twist. And then release that right palm down. Step the right foot back. Come forward into a plank position. So our upward push-up position. Pause here. Take at least 3 deep conscious breaths. And check in with your hips and your low belly. Pull the low belly in. And you want your tailbone to be pointed down towards your heels. Heels reach back. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Take another deep inhale. And from here, release the knees down. Point the toes back. We're going to go through a modified vinyasa first. So from here, you're going to bend your elbows in towards your body so that they graze the outsides of your ribs. And you'll come down with your chest and your chin. From there, after Chaturanga, inhaling, lifting up through Cobra. So for Cobra, you're not really pressing as much through your arms. You're pressing down through the tops of your feet and your legs and your hips. So take a deep inhale and exhale. Just bring your forehead down to the mat. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up. Really reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, press back. Find child's pose. So sitting back on your heels, bring your forehead down to the mat. Reaching your arms forward. So that was our modified vinyasa. The foundation of our flow sequence throughout the class. And it's always really beneficial to come back to that foundation, to build that strong foundation, no matter how long you've been practicing. So if you ever start to feel like maybe you're losing the integrity of certain postures or your arms are getting tired, backtrack. Work towards building that strong foundation before jumping into other crazy postures. And now you're in child's pose, which is also a great place to come back to whenever you're tired or just need a break. On your next inhale, press back up, find down dog. Still pressing the heels down, pressing the heart down. Maybe there's still a little bit of movement in your down dog. And then from here, inhale, lift that left leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Flex the foot. Try to keep that left hip down even with the right hip here at first. And really flex the foot. Kick the heel up as high as you can. Reach the right heel down for the mat. And then from there, let the left hip come up and over the right. Bend that left knee. Maybe your gaze comes over your right shoulder looking for your toes behind you. Keep pressing that right heel down towards the mat as well. And then lifting that heel so that it points towards the ceiling. And then from there, keeping the leg bent, swinging it forward all the way to the top of the mat. Finding your lunge. Tenting your fingers here. Pausing. Giving your hips a moment to sink down. Your heart comes forward. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. From here, take your left arm up towards the ceiling so that you're twisting towards the left. Notice your hips here, as we try to get the twist to originate from our hips, but try not to do that. Try to let that right hip stay even with the left so that the twist originates from your center. Take another inhale, exhale, twist. And then release. Plant the left hand. Step the left foot back, find plank. We're going to go through another modified vinyasa. So go ahead, release your knees down, point your toes back. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come up for Cobra. And exhale for child's pose. Take 2 deep breaths. And then from there, pressing back up into down dog. Bringing your gaze to the top of the mat, slowly taking as many tiny baby steps as you can. Walk your way to your hands. And then from there, bending your knees slightly, coming into a forward fold. Taking a moment here, maybe you grab palms to elbows, sway from side to side. And from here, use your 2-piece fingers to hook your big toes. Take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine forward. And exhale, let the elbows bend out to either side of the room. And work towards bringing the crown of your head down towards your toes. Take another inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, pull against the toes. Use your breath to create space. And then release into it. Release that grip on the toes. Toe heel your feet together. Inhale, bring your arms out to the side as you inhale all the way up to standing with a flat back. Interlace your fingers. Release your index fingers. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, alternate bending from side to side. Warm up the sides of the body. Awesome. And then from here, coming back to center, you're going to take a deep inhale. Get your body as long and as tall as you can. And then from here, inhale, exhale, come up and over to the right. Squeeze your palms together. Let that left hip come out towards the side. And then notice your shoulders. So the tendency is to collapse over to one side. Try to roll that left shoulder back. Scoop the right shoulder under. Breathing. Inhale, lift up and over. And then exhale, come back to center. From here, grow a little bit taller. Point your tailbone down towards the floor. Really press down through your feet. Inhaling. And then coming up and over to your left. Squeezing your palms together. Keep breathing. Rotate that left shoulder under. Right shoulder rolls back. Your heart is forward towards the front of the room. That right hip comes out a little bit farther to the side. Take another inhale, grow a little longer. And then exhale, come back to center. Release your hands to the small back. Let your fingertips point forward. And then from here, squeeze your elbows together behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring your gaze up towards the ceiling and begin to shift the weight back into your heels. Begin to fall back, go back. Keep pressing the hips forward with the hands. Use your hands to protect your low back. But consciously think about inhaling and lifting up out of the low back. And then from there, coming all the way back up to standing. Release your arms out to the sides. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive it all the way down to touch your toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine like you're creating a tabletop with your back. You can let your fingertips graze the mat. You can bring them to your shins. And then exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Plant the hands. Step 1 foot at a time back into your plank. Take a deep inhale. If you would like to repeat that modified vinyasa, go ahead, release your knees down. Otherwise, try keeping your knees up. We'll lower down for Chaturanga, hovering above the mat, arms at a 90-degree angle. Inhale, rolling onto the tops of the feet and coming into up dog. So for up dog, we're going to pause here for a moment. You're pressing down into the mat with your hands and the tops of your feet, so much so that the rest of your legs pop up off the floor. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together behind you, lifting your heart forward, and then your gaze comes up. If you find yourself sinking here, this will aggravate your low back after a while. So really consciously press away from the mat. Take a deep inhale, look to your right, look to your left. And then from there, roll back over the toes. Press back, down dog. Take at least 2 deep breaths here. So that's our non-modified vinyasa. Both of those options are available to you at any point in the class. You can kind of mix and match between them if you want to work on those chaturangas, but you want to come into Cobra, that's fine. It is really important to me, though, that we all get that up dog correctly, because it can lead to a little bit of an issue in the low back if we're not consciously building that strength and the rest of the body to support the posture. On your next inhale, bring your right leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Flex the foot. And from here, we're going to bend that knee. Bring your knee in towards your nose. Shift forward into a plank position. Lift that foot away from the mat. And then inhale it. Kick it all the way back out. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, kick it out. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it out. Exhale, bring your knee to your right elbow. And then switch it over to your left. And then your right. And then your left. And then kick it all the way back up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, let that right hip stack on top of the left. Open up the hips. And then from there, swing that foot all the way forward to the top of your mat. Plant the foot. Stay up on the back left foot. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up for Crescent Lunge. So noticing here your foundation. You're really spreading out through the right toes. The foot and the knee are both pointed in the same direction. You're on that back left ball of the foot, rolling forward, lifting the heel so it comes up in line with the ball of the foot. And from here, bend that left knee. Feel your tailbone, where all this hip stuff is. Tuck it just slightly so that it's pointed down. And then from there, work towards straightening out that back leg. Helps to relieve some of the tension in the low back. Take another inhale. Maybe you come into just a slight back bend. Maybe you just open your heart forward just a little bit. On your next inhale, exhale, swan dive the arms down. Step the right foot back, find plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or Cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. 2 deep breaths, no matter where you are. From here, inhale, kick the left leg up. Flex the foot. Really reach the foot all the way up towards the ceiling. And then from there, bend the knee. Bring your knee in towards your nose. Round the spine. Shift forward into that plank. Keep the foot away from the mat. And then inhale it, kick it all the way back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, knee towards your left elbow. And then switch it over to your right elbow. And then your left. And then your right. And then inhale, kick it all the way back up. Let that left hip, come up and over the right. Reach that right heel down. Lift the knee a little higher. And then on your next exhale, swing that leg all the way forward into your crescent lunge on the left side. From here, inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And here we are. So first, noticing that front foot, make sure it's all pointed in the correct direction. And then from there, bend that right knee. Bring your torso back over your hips. Let your tailbone point down towards the mat. And then from there, work towards straightening out that right leg. Notice if you're holding a lot of tension in your shoulders too. Maybe you squeeze the shoulder blades together and open your arms a little bit wider. From here, take a deep breath. Inhale. Reach the heart up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, swan dive the arms down. Step the left foot back. Find plank. Shift the weight forward onto the toes. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or Cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. 2 deep breaths. From here, bring your gaze to the top of the mat. Step, or if you'd like to try jumping forward, you're more than welcome to. If you'd like to learn how to jump, find a spot about 10 inches away from that center point. When you're in down dog, bend the knees, hop forward, try to be as quiet as possible. This thing is loud up here, by the way. I can be quieter. From here, bend your knees as much as you need to get the backs of your hands down onto the mat. And then step your feet in. Take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, elbows bend out towards the side. Crown of the head comes down closer towards the feet. For gorilla pose. As you become more comfortable in this posture, experiment with shifting the weight forward into the balls of the feet, maybe just slightly lifting the heels up. And then from there, releasing the feet from underneath the hands. Heel toe your feet together. Bend your knees slightly. Bring your fingertips to just graze the mat. Try to keep your hips where they are right there. As we inhale, reach the torso, the arms all the way up to the ceiling for chair. So for chair posture, the tailbone's pointed down towards the mat. You're inhaling, reaching your arms up, and you're working towards bringing your torso back towards the back of the chair. From there, really press down through your feet and look down at them. You want to be able to see your toes. You don't want your knees going way past them. And again, if your arms, your shoulders are really tight here, separate your hands a little bit more. Take a deep inhale, maybe sit down a little deeper. Maybe come down one more inch. And then from here, inhale, lengthen all the way up. Maybe come into a slight back bend. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, extend the spine forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back. Find plank. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, lifting up for up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog or child's pose. If you are playing jumping around, it's causing too much of a commotion for me to feel like I can jump around. But if you are ever jumping back into plank, try and go straight into that Chaturanga. So you're going straight into that push-up position and not pausing there, which I kind of did. From here, kick the right leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee, bring it in towards your nose, pause. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, plant the foot. Spin that left foot down so that it's at about a 45-degree angle with the front. And then we're going to inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling for Warrior One. So in Warrior One, we're working towards twisting our hips to eventually face towards the front of the room. No worries if they're not there yet. That's just the direction that they're moving in. And we're bending into this front right leg to try and get a 90-degree bend there. And on the back leg, think about an internal rotation. So you're working towards bringing that left hip a little bit further forward, lifting up through the left thigh, and really pressing down through that back left foot. From here, take a deep inhale. Exhale, maybe you sit into it a little deeper. Taking another inhale. And exhale from here, we're going to windmill the arms out for Warrior Two. So Warrior Two, very similar setup with the feet. If you want to spin that back foot out a little bit, that's fine. Just try not to point it back. You want to keep it at least 90 degrees. And then from there, your arms are reaching out in opposite directions, and your gaze comes just over your right fingertips. Check that right knee. The tendency is to let it kind of collapse in. You want it to be pointed in the same direction as your toes still. And then from there, center your torso in between both of your legs so you're not leaning forward or back. And breathe. Take a deep inhale. Now windmill the arms down. Plant the hands, step it back, find plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Inhale, kick the left leg up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, bring the knee in towards the nose. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, plant the foot. Spin that right foot down to that 45-degree angle. Your warrior one set up on the other side. Inhale it up. So notice too, as you're pressing down with this right foot, you're pressing down with the outside of the foot. And working towards spinning, using that back leg to press this right hip forward, pulling back on the left hip. Still pressing down into that left leg. Feel the weight between both of your feet. Try not to let one leg take over. They both want in on the fun. Taking 2 more deep conscious breaths. Notice where you're holding tension. Where can you send that breath? Taking another inhale. And exhale, windmill the arms out for warrior 2. Switch that here. So for warrior 2, you're still opening up through the hips. You're still letting that left knee reach over towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Still pressing down through the outside of that right foot. And don't be afraid to bend a little bit more. Challenge yourself if that's what you need out of your class today. Keep that back leg straight. Taking another inhale. And exhale, windmill the arms down. Step it back. Find plank. Shift the weight forward. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. From here, kick the right leg up. Swing it forward. Plant the foot at the top of your mat. And then from here, inhale, come up through crescent. So you're on the back left ball of the foot. From here, we're going to find a fun little transition here. Try to make it more playful than serious. If you fall out, no worries. Just try again. From here, we're going to inhale. Release, stretch, reach the heart forward. And then exhale. We're going to shift the arms back. And then from there, inhale. Exhale. Press up into airplane. So for airplane, imagine someone's got a string attached to the top of your head and they're pulling you forward, extending your neck out nice and long. And then there's someone behind you pulling on your toes. So reaching your body out as long as you can. And notice if you're sinking into that right hip. Keep the space there. Keep the hips even with the mat. Take another inhale. Exhale. From here, we're going to release both hands down to the mat and kick that left leg up towards the ceiling as high as you can. So standing splits. Really kick it up, reach it up, kick, 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 kick. And then bring the leg back to about 90 degrees with the floor. Bring your right fingertips in front of your right foot. And we're going to come into half moon. Notice that back leg. Flex the foot and let the toes point towards the left side of the room. From there, work towards taking your left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Things that make this posture easier. The more you imagine that you are actually standing like the ground is underneath your left foot, like you're flexing through that left foot, the easier this will become. Take one more deep breath here. And then exhale, release that left hand down. Kick the left leg up towards the ceiling. Kick it up, kick it up, kick it up. And then release it down next to your right foot. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Grab your palms to your elbows. Sway from side to side. Here, separate your feet the width of your mat. Turn your toes out for Malasana. Sit your hips down. And you can kind of use the outsides of your arms at first here to press your legs away. And then bring your hands to prayer position. Bring the outsides of your arms, your triceps, to the insides of your legs. And then from there, try and release your heels down. And then bring your torso up nice and straight. Taking a deep inhale and exhale. And then from here, plant the hands, lift the hips up. Use your 2-piece fingers to hook your big toes where they are. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhaling, lengthen. And exhaling, fold. From here, release that grip. Heel toe your feet together. Take a deep inhale. Come all the way up to standing with a flat back. Separate your hands about shoulder width apart. Sit into your chair. So double check your alignment here. Look down for your toes. Point your tailbone down. Bring your torso back a little bit in space. Take another inhale. Exhale, sit a little deeper. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing. Stretch out nice and long. Open the heart. Exhale, swan dive it down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, find plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or exhale, down dog or child's pose. Take at least 2 deep breaths. Maybe pause for a moment here and notice the difference between your left and your right side. And then from here, kick the left leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Swing it forward. From here, find your crescent lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up. So pausing here for a moment, get your foundation nice and sturdy. Really spread out through those left toes. Inhale. Exhale, swing your arms behind you. Inhale. Exhale, press up onto that left foot. So there's someone in front of you pulling you forward, and someone's behind you pulling you back. So you're stretching your spine in opposite directions, lifting up and out of the waist, core in towards your belly, breathing here. And then slowly releasing your hands down towards the mat. Kicking that right leg up towards the ceiling as high as you can. So standing splits. The closer in you get your hands towards your feet, the easier it is to really kick that leg all the way up towards the ceiling. And then from there, coming into Halfmoon, Ardha Chandrasana. So you're going to take that left hand on the ground, and it's about a foot in front of your left foot, maybe a little more. And then you're flexing that right foot and extending your right arm up. Keeping your gaze in one point to help you balance. Little non-moving speck on the ground. Or maybe you're working towards transitioning to move your gaze out and up towards the ceiling. Take one more deep inhale. And then exhale, release that right hand down, kick the right leg all the way up towards the ceiling, standing splits. And then exhale, release that right leg down. Grab palms to elbows, sway from side to side. From here, bring your feet together, toe heel them together. Bend your knees as much as you need to wrap your arms around the backs of your legs and cup your heels with your palms. So you're going to do this on both sides.
Getting the soft parts of your elbows to the backs of your calves. Pressing your upper body into your lower body. And then pulling against your heels to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep pressing your upper body into your lower body. I know there's sweat dripping into your eyeballs because it's dripping into mine too. Try to breathe through it. Pull on the heels a little bit more. Lift the hips a little higher. And then from there, release. Take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring your arms out to the sides. Come all the way up with a flat back. Really reach your arms up. From here, we're going to rotate that right arm back. Scooping up the right foot from the inside, coming into dancer. So from here, bring both of your knees back together. Extend up through that left arm. And then from there, begin to kick that right foot into the right hand. And you've got that hand on the inside of the leg. And that helps to pull your shoulder back. Once you feel like the foot is coming up high behind you, like to about your shoulder, maybe if you had a mirror in front of you, it would start peeking above your head. Then you can start bringing your weight a little bit more forward. Bringing your torso a little bit more forward. And the harder you kick, the easier it is. Keep that standing leg nice and straight. Keeping your gaze up and forward. There you go. And from here, we're slowly going to come out of this. Try and keep your leg up. Release that left hand down. And then bring your right leg in front of you. So maybe it touches the ground, maybe it doesn't. So really bend that knee in towards you. And then from there, maybe you stay, keep that leg at a 90-degree angle. Maybe you stay with the bent knee, with your hand on your knee. From there, we're going to take it out towards the side of the room. If you'd like to, you can reach for your big toe. And from here, standing up nice and straight, you'll work towards extending that leg forward. And then extending it out towards the side. Extending your left arm out from there. And maybe your gaze comes over towards the left. From here, coming back through center. Bending that leg. And from here, taking the top of the foot and resting on top of that left thigh. If you ever need to take a break, release the foot down a little bit. Please feel free. And from here, we're in tree, or a tree variation. So you can use your left hand to hold that foot where it is. Right hand can come in prayer. Maybe you're pressing down with the top of the foot, pressing forward with the hips, enough to catch the foot, bringing both hands into prayer position. So it'll really help to point the tailbone down there, really activate the legs. Spread out your foundation with your toes. Take another inhale. And from here, exhaling, release. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, palms come together and down to heart center. Bring your hands to your heart center. Feel your heart rate and use your breath here to slow it down with each exhale. And then from here, inhale, reach your arms up. This time the left arm comes behind you, scooping up that left foot from the inside. Bring your knees back together. And from here, begin to kick that left foot into the left hand. And at first, you try and keep your torso upright. And then once you feel that foot come up behind you, then begin slowly reaching your arm out and shifting your torso forward. Keep that standing leg nice and straight. And really reach through the right hand. So some teachers will teach it with your fingertips. They have to be together. And some say to spread them. Sometimes I point the palm of my hand up towards the ceiling for a little more shoulder opening. Feel free to experiment with what feels right for your body. slowly releasing, coming out. Release the right arm down. Bring that left knee in front of you. Interlace your fingers. Pull the knee in. And then from there, bring that leg back to a 90-degree angle. If you're keeping the knee bent, you'll stay here. Bring the leg out to the side. Maybe you're trying with your left two-piece wrapped around your big toe. Whoop. Extending that leg forward. And then out to the side. Extending the right arm out. Maybe bringing your gaze over to the right. And from here, slowly bringing that leg back to center. Take the top of that left foot. Pull it up. And you want it to get as close into that right hip crease as you can. And then from there, bring the left hand into prayer. Maybe the right. Breathing wherever you are. And from here, inhaling. And exhale, release. Feel free to shake your feet out a little bit. Maybe you roll forward onto your tops of your toes. And from here, separate your feet about hip width apart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Really reach up, go up. And then exhale, swan dive it forward. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, extend the spine forward. Exhale, bend the knees. So sitting back into a queen chair variation. Let your fingertips graze the mat. Keep your hips where they are, and inhale, lift your arms up. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Bring your palms together and down to heart center. Take your left elbow, and from there, twist it, taking it on top of the right thigh. From there, prayer position back. And then use the outside of your left arm to press into your right arm. So use that strength of your arms, pull the belly in towards your spine, and try to keep the hips where they are. Maybe you bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. From here, maybe you shift the weight over to the right foot. Pick that left leg up behind you, like a flamingo. And then extend that left leg all the way back into our lunge. It's kind of a fun one to experiment with. No worries if it's not graceful. From here, press that outside of that arm into the thigh. Take a deep inhale. Maybe you separate your arms, reaching the right arm all the way up, left arm all the way down. Maybe you go for a bind here, releasing that right arm behind you. Even if it's just a half bind, you can release the right arm behind you. Maybe that left arm weaves underneath the left thigh. Twisting your torso. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Release that. Plant both of your hands down. Step it back. Find plank. Shift the weight forward. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog or child's pose. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sigh it out. Just let it go. Beautiful. Bring your gaze to the top of the mat. Step or jump forward into a forward fold. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up, flat back. Really reach your arms up. And And then from here, exhale, swan dive it down. Separate your feet about hip width apart. Bend your knees, graze your fingertips on the mat. Inhale, bring your torso up. Arms up. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Inhale. Palms together, down to heart center. This time the right elbow comes on top of the left thigh, twisting the opposite direction. And then from there, press the elbow into the thigh. Try to keep that right hip pulling back to keep it even with the left. And you're twisting so much, pulling the belly in so much that one day your prayer position will come back to your heart center. From there, look down at your feet. Shift the weight over to the left foot. Pick the right leg up. Slowly extend that right leg back into our twisted lunge prayer twist. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Maybe you separate the arms. Maybe you go for a bind, reaching that left arm behind you. Maybe that right arm comes underneath the right thigh. Maybe it doesn't on this side. Just noticing. Taking another inhale, exhale, twist. And then from there, release. Plant both hands down, step that left foot back. Come forward, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sigh it out. Beautiful. From here, bring your gaze forward. We're going to either jump all the way onto our feet and then come onto our bums, or if you'd like to experiment with jumping all the way through onto your bum, this would be a good time. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bend into the knees. Hop it forward. Come all the way to seated. The stage is why I can't do it, you guys. Just kidding. From here, extend your legs straight out in front of you. Flex your feet, your toes back towards your face. Take a deep inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, extend all the way forward. Notice at what point your back started to round here. So try to come up a little bit. Bend your knees a little bit. And release your fingers around your toes. And then take a deep inhale. And act like you're going to reach your heart for your toes. Pulling against them. And then take another inhale, extend. And exhale, fold. Take another inhale. And exhale, just let your spine round over your legs. And then from there, inhale, come all the way up. Bend your knees. Interlace your fingers around both of your feet with the bottoms of your feet touching. And from here, really roll your shoulders back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. Press your heart forward. And from here, already start using your arms pulling against your feet to push your legs down towards the mat. Take another inhale. And exhale. Come down. Use the outsides of your arms, your elbows to press along the calves, the insides of the thighs. And really breathe into it. Focus your energy on your breath. Where do you have tension right now? Are you feeling this a lot in your hips, and so you're clenching your jaw? Try to release that. And then from there, slowly coming all the way back up. Bring your knees together. And from here, slowly, one vertebra at a time, roll all the way down onto your back. And then from there, once you get there, extend your left leg out. Bring your right knee in towards you. Interlace your fingers over the shin. And from here, pull that leg in towards your shoulder. So you're pulling your knee with a lot of arm strength here. Try and keep both of your shoulders down on the mat. And you want to kind of pull it out to the side a little bit to avoid your rib cage. And then you're really using your arm strength here. So you use your biceps to really pull that knee in. You should feel a slight pinch in the hip. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, release. Bring the left knee in. Interlace your fingers the opposite way, the funny way. Opposite thumb on top. And then pull that knee with your arm strength in towards your left shoulder. Maybe your gaze comes down towards your toes. And the idea of that is that one day we'll leave an imprint of the spine, the entire spine on the mat. Taking another inhale, exhale, really pull, use that arm strength. And then release. And then from here, bend both knees. Give your knees a big hug. Wrap around. Try to get palms to elbows here around your legs. If that's not available for you, grab forearms, wrists, whatever it is. That's the result, the goal that we're going towards one day. And then from here, when you let your head back, you'll feel your tailbone kind of pop up off the floor. From here, squeeze your knees in towards you and work towards rolling that tailbone down out onto the mat. And then from there, think about bringing your shoulders down onto the mat. So you'll create those points of contact with the mat, and one day you'll have an imprint of your spine. Taking another deep inhale and exhale. And then from here, release both legs out. Kick that right leg up for the ceiling. Reach behind the thigh, the calf, the ankle, whatever's available to you. And then from there, pull that leg in towards you. Keep the foot flexed, toes towards the face. And then from here, interlace your fingers wherever they are. And then from here, you're going to press your leg into your hands, and you're going to pull with your hands. So you're creating this opposite energy flow here. So you're kicking the foot away and pulling the leg in with your hands. So doing that consciously as hard as you can here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax completely. Pull that leg in a little bit closer maybe. See if you created any extra space. And then from here, we'll do that 2 more times. So bring it in just a little bit more. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, kick against the hands. Pull with the hands for 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the leg. See if you can pull it in any closer. 1 more time. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, kick the leg against the hands. Pull the leg in with the hands for 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax that leg completely. Bend the knee. Rotate the leg in one direction in circles with the knee, and then the other direction. And then from there, release that right leg down. Kick the left leg up. And then from there, start around your leg. Ooh, that's exciting. From there, really kick the leg against the hands. Yeah, cool. Kick the leg against the hands. can pull the hands against the legs. And really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 3, 2, 1. And relax the leg. Created a little more space. Bring the leg in a little bit closer. And then from there, begin to kick for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax completely. See if there's any more space. From here, begin to kick the leg against the hands for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bend that leg. Rotate the knee in one direction. And then the other. And then from here, bring both knees in towards your shoulders. Take your sides and bottoms of the feet for happy baby or dead bug, or as I like to call it, honey, I'm home. And from here, really flex the feet, pull against the bottoms of the feet. And then from there, release your tailbone down towards the mat. So really think about, we kind of roll around on that mid-back at first. Come towards the center and release your tailbone, your butt down towards the mat. Keep your shoulders down. Maybe you experiment with straightening one leg out or the other or both. Taking a deep inhale and exhale. And then from here, releasing that whenever you're ready. And from here, we've got time for one more posture before savasana. If there's anything left that you want to take. I kind of feel like a back bend, but if there's something else that you guys would rather do, we've got a couple more minutes here before we lie into our final savasana. So I'd like to open it to you guys if there's some particular, a bridge and a wheel. But feel free to do your own thing if you'd like. For bridge, you'll bend your knees, bring your heels in towards your glutes so that your fingertips can graze the heels. From there, you'll press the feet into the mat, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, tuck your shoulders underneath you, interlace your fingers. And then from there, press using your feet. Try to come out of the glutes a little bit. A lot of us tend to clench our glutes in this one. But try to really press away from the floor. Taking a deep inhale, exhale, lifting the thighs up towards the ceiling. And then from there, untucking the shoulders, coming out one vertebrae at a time. Keeping the same bent legs for wheel. Bringing your hands over your shoulders, palms face down, fingertips pointed down. And from here, lifting the hips up, pressing through the hands, lifting up maybe onto the top of the head first, maybe all the way up. Wherever you are, continuing to breathe. Lifting your heart up towards the ceiling if you're in wheel. Shifting the weight forward over the hands. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, 1 inch at a time, wherever you are, slowly working your way onto your back. We'll do a final twist. Taking your right knee in towards you, release the left leg down. And then from there, take that right leg over towards the left. Extend your right arm out. Bring your gaze to the right. Try to keep that right shoulder down. Taking another inhale. On your next exhale, rolling back to center. Releasing your right leg, bringing your left knee in towards you, and then over towards the right. Extending your left arm out, bringing your gaze to the left. On your next exhale,
Back with you. We're currently to the northeast of the Coliseum area.
rolling back to center. Releasing your legs out. Letting your arms rest at your side.
For the traffic in sight, we're talking on the alternate for police safety.
And from here, take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, squeeze every muscle in your body. From your feet to your calves, to your thighs, your fists, forearms, wrists, biceps, triceps, chest. Keep squeezing, and release. Feel your body melt into the mat. Release every last bit of tension that you're still holding on to. And begin to notice your breath. Maybe you come back to that intention that you set in the beginning of class. Maybe thinking of something that inspires you. Letting that inspiration fill your body. Feel that. And then maybe taking that sentence, "This inspires me," and changing it to your name. Replace whatever that thing is with your name. Let you be the inspiration. And let that fill your body. And for these next few moments, breathe in whatever it is you need. Take a little bit of time just for yourself. You have a couple of more breaths to be here. But notice if you let your mind wander, if you kind of run away on a trail of thoughts. Acknowledge them and let them go. Coming back to your breath for these last few moments. Slowly begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Just set your wrists and your ankles. Maybe you reach your arms up above you, stretching your body out nice and long. Reaching your toes away from your fingertips as much as you can. And then when you're ready, rolling over onto your right side, pausing for a moment there, keeping your eyes closed. Sending whatever you need, whatever you don't need, sending it back into the earth. And as you inhale, coming up to a seated position, inhale first. You still need to bring into your body. Finding a comfortable seated position, whatever works for your body. Pausing there. Bringing your palms together at heart center. Take a deep inhale, bow the head down. Thank yourself for coming to this class, for doing this for your body, for taking the time out for you. And I thank you for letting me be a part of your practice, a part of your journey. The light in me honors and recognizes each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. Hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day, wonderful weekend. Thank you all for coming. We have classes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:30 all the time. And then you also just added the 7:30 on Sunday nights. Is that right? Yes. For the next 3 months. Cool. So again, my name's Dillan. Let me know if you have any questions or anything. Talk to me. Friend me on Facebook. Tell me about your life. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend. Oh, yes. And we accept donations. So please click the little button down there if you'd like to donate. Thank you.